What up guys, welcome to Design Labs, where we talk about everything design. Today we'll be looking at basic prototype in Figma. Welcome back guys, let's get started with basic prototype in Figma. So to get started, we'll first pull out a design from Figma community. We'll start by going back to files, go to community, then look out for a design to pull out. Fintech, or let's say crypto wallets. Then hit enter. See what to have. We just need something basic. We'll see how to make use of the prototype in Figma. Then we'll open this in Figma. We'll choose our account, allow it to load. That loads, then it opens. Go to the design itself. So opening this, you see that we'll have a lot of screens. So what we'll do, we'll just be picking out the screens we'll be using for this tutorial. So we'll copy out this onboarding screen. I feel we should make use of the onboarding screen down to the home, kind of the home page, right? That's the wallet. We'll copy it. Let's create a new page. Then paste the guy here. We just want to walk through from the splash screen, see the onboarding process, different onboarding screens, to the home page or the wallet page. So pick the home page too and paste it on our new page. So what we want to do is we want to walk from the splash screen. We know what splash screen is. The splash screen is the first screen that loads up when you open an app. So this is like it's having the logo of the application you are loading. So that's it for splash screen. Then we'll walk through the wallet setup. If you guys are conversant with crypto wallets, they will ask you if you want to import seed or you want to create a new one, blah blah blah. The rest, welcome till impute your phrase and stuff till you get to the home screen. So this is just our interest. We want to navigate around and get to the home screen. Remember what I told you guys, that the main difference between a UI UX design software or tool from other design tools is that it supports prototype. So what is prototype? Prototype is like the real life experience of that product you are designing. So if I'm to design this on Photoshop, I can actually design all these screens. I can design all these screens on Photoshop, get the dimensions, make sure everything is accurate, and it will appear the same way. But the only feature I won't have access to on Photoshop is I cannot prototype, right? So I cannot click a button and it works. I cannot hover and something happens and stuff like that. So that's the only difference between my design software, other design softwares, and a UI UX design software. So just have that in mind, that prototype is like the most powerful feature a UI UX design software has. Every design software has its unique attributes. Once you talk about UI UX design software, every designer should expect to see the prototype feature. So that's what sets it apart from other graphic design software. Just have it in mind that whatever you design on Figma, you can design it on your Photoshop, you can design it on your Adobe Illustrator, you can design it on CorelDRAW, Affinity Design, Canva, and the rest of it. You can get the sizes, the dimensions, the pictures. You can do the same design, but the only difference is you will not have that feature of prototype. So prototype is just simply testing out your design in real life. So picking up from there, we've gotten the screens we'll be using, we've gotten the splash screen, we've gotten the onboarding screen, and we've gotten the home page. So we just need to get going. To prototype, if you look at the right hand panel of this software, you'll find out that we have the design button active. So to prototype, we'll have to toggle on the prototype button. I have to activate the prototype button. So we are moving from the design now to the prototype. It's that simple. So whenever you want to throw a prototype, just click on this prototype once, and you see that the controls changes, right? It changes from design to prototype. So if you hover on a screen, you see you're seeing a plus icon, you're seeing this, a plus icon. What this plus icon indicates is this where you connect your wires. So these wires help you to connect your frame. Just look at it as you are wiring a building, right? For you to get light from building A to building B, you have to use wires, right? So when you make use of these wires, you connect screens together. So wherever you connect, or whichever house or whichever room you connect gets light, right? Let's say I've connected this, that means the light from here can power this particular building. Just see it that way. First thing you will see at the panel is you see your flow starting point, right? So flow starting point is where whenever you play your prototype, where will your prototype start? It doesn't matter how you place them. You can place your designs anyhow you want and choose to start your flow from any particular point you want. Let's say this is the first on your list, you can choose to start your flow from here. So when you select this, you can click on this. You see that this is flow 1. So whenever you play this prototype, let's just try and play it, present. Let's see what happens. You will see that the flow plays from that one who made the flow starting point. You see that it didn't start from this splash screen any longer. It's starting from this one because we made it the starting point, right? So we can take this back to our starting point and take this guy out. Then you see prototype settings. So inside prototype settings, you want to choose the type of device your prototype will play on, right? So remember what I told you, prototype is like the real life experience of your design. Let's say you designed for a particular screen, you still need to choose the same size so your prototype, your design will fit into the frame of that device. Let's say you are designing for iPhone 16, you need to choose the frame size of iPhone 16 when you are prototyping so your design will fit into the size of that iPhone 16. So it goes as much as getting the frame design, getting the color of the iPhone you want, pink, teal, and the rest of it black. You choose whether it's portrait or landscape. You see that, you see the phone here. So when you select this and prototype, it displays the design with this frame. Let me show you guys what I'm trying to say. Let's make this the starting point and we'll play. Let me just preview. Now you see it comes with the frame of the iPhone, right? You see it comes with the frame of the iPhone. Let me just play it still so you see what I'm talking about. You see that it comes with the frame of the iPhone. It comes with the frame of the iPhone. See that, see the iPhone you chose, see the buttons and the rest, and dynamic islands showing you that this is a phone, so your design fits in. So whatever design you're making, you have to consider the size of the frame, so whenever you design it fits. Now you see this one is not the size of this phone. You see the spaces, you see the space at this bottom, and you see the space at this right side, right? Because this is not the size. We are not designing with the size of this frame. Have that in mind. So let's inspect this frame. What's the size of this frame? This frame is 375 by 812. Is there any frame that matches it? 375 by 812. 375. Is there any 375 here? 375 by 812. You see that this is an iPhone 13 mini. So when I'm playing this with an iPhone 13 mini, it will fit in. Let's see that. See that there is no space at the bottom again, there is no space at the right, to show you that this is the size of the design. iPhone 13 mini, there is no space here and there is no space at the other parts, just like the former one we saw. Let me change this back to maybe an iPhone. See, let me choose something that will be more pronounced, 16 Pro Max, so you see a lot of space. See that, play this. See 16 Pro Max, you see a lot of space at the bottom and a lot of space at the right. See that's why whenever you are designing, make sure you choose a frame and make sure that the same frame you maintain it when you are prototyping, so your design fits well. You see that space. So going back to that, to choose our iPhone 13 mini, because that's what this design is built on. So that's that. we've been able to see few things on that. Yeah, another thing, to play your prototype, which we've done here, it's this play button, right? There's a play button that shows you present to play it. So whenever you click on that present, it takes you to a fresh page and displays your prototype. But if you don't want to do that, if you want to display in app, there is what they call preview. So you click on this drop down menu, you see preview. When you click on the preview, it displays the prototype on this your design canvas. You see that? See the prototype, it displays it on the design canvas. You can choose to extend it to the new home page, new web page, or still choose to display its preview right on the canvas. That's that. Moving on, we've seen that. The next thing we should be looking at is connecting the lines. This has been already prototyped, just simple movement, but we'll delete all this. Let's take all the connections out. Take this guy out. Which other guy is there? Take this out. So to delete, it's actually either you select the line, the wires, and delete, or you select the wires and click backspace. Whichever one works, it deletes the prototype. Either delete button or backspace will delete the prototype for you. No other connection. So moving on, we'll do the connection ourselves. Getting started with the connections, like I told you guys, if you want to connect two screens, you use this plus icon, you see. So when you hover on this, you see a plus icon. You can hold down your control to bring out the plus icon. So when you click and drag, it creates a line, right? This line can extend to any part of this page. Whichever frame you place it on, it means that you've connected the previous frame to the new frame it lands on. Just like the previous frame is where you're coming from and the new frame is the destination you are going to. And whenever I click on this, it should take me to this, right? Any action I take on this will take me to this. So whenever you drop that, a dialog box will come out having interaction. So what happens under interaction is where you choose what happens with the prototype, the trigger, what triggers the prototype. So we have different triggers. We have on drag, while hovering, while pressing keypad, mouse enter, mouse leave, mouse touch, mouse touch down, touch up after delay, right? On tap. So when you tap on this is what happens. When you click on this, these are different actions that your prototype can perform. What's the generic feel of a splash screen? So a splash screen is that first screen that once you tap on that app icon, it loads. We all know that after some time this screen goes out automatically. So what's the best thing we can use for it? The trigger. So the trigger we use is after delay. What happens in after delay? You click on after delay, this dialog comes up, right? Is that our trigger now is after delay. Then it will ask us a time, right? We should set a time parameter now is 800 milliseconds. So after 800 milliseconds, it takes the action we are giving it. So what action are we giving it? You say, should we navigate to here? You can say navigate, you can say change to, you can say back, you can say scroll, you can say open a link, you can say set variable mode, conditional, open overlay, swap overlay, and close overlay. So we are now, for now, at the basic level, we are just interested in the navigate to. After delay of 800 milliseconds, it should navigate to this wallet setup. The animate, what type of animation do we want? We know the destination already. That's the wallet setup. You can change the destination from here, or you can do that manually using the wires. Since we've set that already, no need to change it here. Then next thing we have is animation. How do you want this to go? You just want it to instant animation, like once it gets to 800 milliseconds, boom, that will come up. Or do you want to dissolve? Like, do you want that to fade off a bit and the other one will appear slowly? Or do you want it to smart animate? Or do you want it to move in? Do you want it to move out? Do you want it to push? Do you want to slide in? Do you want it to slide out? So this is the animation you want to check out, you want to select from, right? So you pick the one you want. Let's say dissolve. So everything looks cool. Have the curve, type of animation you want. Is it ease in, ease out? You select here. You want to ease in, ease out, you can select that. Then you select the duration of the animation. can say 300 milliseconds. You can choose to increase it or whatever you want. That's left for you, right? Then we are done with our setup. Then know that you can add more than one interaction if you are using a premium account, but this, as a basic account, you have only access to one. See that you can add action, then it will prompt us to subscribe to the professional mode. You see, multiple action prototype, variables in prototype, conditionals in prototype, right? These are different things you enjoy if you are using the professional mode, but now we are the starter, so we'll not be having access to those, but still our prototype will still work, right? So we are done with that. Take off. Then let's test what we have done. We'll preview. You see that after 800 milliseconds it changes. You see that 1, 2, it changes. That's it. We've achieved our first prototype, moving from this screen, the splash screen, to this wallet setup screen. That is a kudos to us. The next one, let's try out the second screen. If you look at this now, you see that this is a two-way flow, right? So the first flow is if you are going through the flow of importing a wallet, we go through this flow at the top, right? Then the second flow is if you are creating a new wallet, we go through this flow at the bottom. So we'll just keep things basic. I was able to just arrange it in a way to look simple and straight to the point. We've been able to come to this setup wallet setup page. The next thing we'll do is we'll connect the screens using the first flow, which is import using seed phrase. So if we're going through the flow, we'll click on the button. So what happens whenever we click on this button, what do we want it to do? We want to connect it to this first. This is like the flow a user will take to complete this task. When a user is importing his wallet, you know how this works in crypto, right? If you've been using crypto wallets, if you have a seed already, you can import it to different wallets. Let's say you are using Trust Wallet, SafePal, and the rest of it. You can import your seed from SafePal to Trust Wallet and the rest. So right, let's say you have this button, you have your seed, you want to use import using seed phrase. Once you click on this guy, it will take you to this guy. So this dialog box comes out. Now remember, the first time we did was on after delay. Now we are not doing after delay, we can now do on tap. So once you tap on this button, it will take you to this screen, right? You can still choose your animation, dissolve or instant or whatever you want. See that? Then you see that when you click on this button is not necessary, so I will take it out. So I will choose that when you click on this is like a phrase. To complete your phrase, it will take you to this. Then when you click on continue, it will take you to this. You can still choose the interaction you want, but definitely it should be on tap based on what you see on our apps. Once you tap on this continue, it can now bring you to the home page. So we'll draw a wire from here to the home page. Remember what I told you, you can take wires from any point to any point, right? Can't tell you that you are running short of wire, you should buy more. You can't find things like that here. You can take it to any place you want. Then the second flow is to create a wallet flow. So if you're creating a wallet flow, the normal way to ask you for password, see that? Still tap. Most of the things that happen on mobile is tap, then sometimes swipe. Yeah, mostly tap. That's most of the action. So it's cool that way. Tap, create password, tap. If you want this guy to remember you, tap, still tap again on this button, tap, skip, tap, connect, start, still on tap, connect, tap. So this should be tap 2, and the last one that will connect you to the home screen, which is still tap, right? See that tap. So let's say we want to play this prototype. We don't want to preview it in our page, we want to play it and still and see the real view of this prototype. Remember, we have to check our settings to make sure that we are still on this iPhone 13 mini that this was designed for. You can choose the frame of the iPhone 13 mini that you want. You can choose to do landscape or portrait, but this was designed for portrait. Adibin, it was designed for landscape, something like this, right? You can choose the landscape, but you know that it was designed for portrait, so we're definitely going by portrait. So we'll play this prototype and look at it. You see that we are now having that red iPhone 13 mini that we chose. Then you see that after delay it loads up. Now you see that it doesn't load up again after. There's no order after delay. Remember, next thing we'll have is tap, right? So on tap, when let's say we want to go through the route of importing seed phrase, we'll tap on the seed phrase. It takes us to this place. Let's say we choose this guy. Our seed phrase is complete. Then we'll continue, right? Then we'll still click on continue. Then it takes us to the home page, right? You see that this is a real life experience of what we'll be doing in the app. No graphic design software will give you this leverage. You can go as far as doing crazy things in prototype. This is just like basic prototype of tapping, swiping, this, right? There are a lot of things to do on prototype. You can recreate every action that happens on real applications with your prototype. So let's go through the route of creating a new wallet. Click on tap. See that tap, 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 tap here, tap, continue, homepage. It is that simple, right? Whichever action. Then let's just get a bit. Let's do more, right? Let's do more. So what we are doing more is this guy. We've duplicated this. We've changed the color and this. Now let's prototype it. Click on prototype. Then we'll not longer be using on tap. We'll connect from here to this. No longer on tap. Now we choose another action, another trigger, right, which is on drag. So let's say on drag, let's not instant, not dissolve, do smart animate, right? So what happens to this is whenever we tap on this, whenever we drag this, right, like you're using your thumb to drag to slide on your phone, it now animates this, showing you that this has been toggled on. So let's get more creative and change this to black 2, dark mode. Nothing serious is happening here, just like make this guy black 2, make this guy black 2. So what happens is when we slide on this, remember our trigger, go back. What was our trigger? On drag. So let's play this and see what happens. So when we present this, we'll allow it to load. So when we present, we get to this, right? This is it, right? So when we drag on this, when we click and drag this, see that it turns to dark mode. So we can still do it two ways. So go back to this guy, connect it back to this guy. So not on tap, on drag, smart animate, cool. So coming back to this place, allow it to load. So when we drag it back, it goes back to light mode, dark mode, light mode, dark mode, light mode. You see how it animates? This is the work of smart animate, very smooth and cool, right? Continue, start, got it, skip, start, review, continue to the home page, right? There's a lot of features you can use on prototype. Just go back and explore, check out all these features. You can do sliding, slide out, and the rest of it. There's a lot to do with prototype, right? So check it out, play around it. You will find it cool using, and before you know it, you start doing crazy animations, you start doing crazy prototypes on Figma. So that's that for today's lecture. If you enjoyed it, consider to like, subscribe, share it to your friends to enjoy this content with you, and turn on your notification bell to get informed when we post new content. See you on the next one. Bye for now.